Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be pro by the end of this. Just part two. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. And if you're not, well, welcome to the family of like 12 subscribers. I want to get that up, but please subscribe and leave something down below, something that you've struggled with personally. And I will be responding to as many comments as I can if there's a lot, but if there's not, then I'll be responding to all of them. Most likely I'll be responding to just a couple, but we gotta start out small. But, welcome back. Today for part two, I'm gonna be mostly talking about, I guess my childhood and how my childhood has led up to the point that I'm at now. Yeah. So, it's really hard to like redo this because I've tried filming this 2 times already, but you know, it's okay. So, when I was younger, I was really into reading labels on food. And so, like, I would count the calories, count the sugars, count the carbs, everything that was in it. Like, if it had dairy in it, I wouldn't really like it. Like, I'd try to stay away from it. If it had cheese in, or like, cheese is dairy, or a fat. Technically it's fat. I guess, I don't know. Or it had like, wheat in it. That was also something that I would try to stay away from. Yeah, I would really try to stay away from all of that stuff. So before I moved to where I'm at now, I lived somewhere else, and before I moved there, I was bullied at my old school. And, that kind of hit a hard spot in my life, and basically ever since then, like, I've been kind of hating myself, like, nobody loves me. Like, being bullied is really hard, and, like, I guess if you're being bullied right now, like, I can't say I know what you're going through because I don't know how severely you're being bullied. But I know from my personal experience that I hated myself. There were many times where I pulled the suicide card on my mom, and that scared her. And I really didn't realize how bad it affected me or it affected her. And always looking back at it now, like, that suicidal monster kind of turned into my eating disorder monster. I guess they're kind of just one thing, and he was just always there talking like your life is worthless. And so I've been really struggling with all of that for many years. I guess I started all of this when I was about 8. So it's been about 8 years since it's taken me to get help and follow through with something. So I counted all the labels, counted calories, and I would really portion all my food and like have small portions of whatever I was eating, and along with that, like, I would kind of stay away from dairy or wheat and stuff like that. I just kind of stay away. And so then once I started doing that, then I really started looking at my weight and started looking at like all of my body shape. And I was told from a young age, like, you're not gonna be a small girl like Charlotte. Like, you're gonna be who you are, and you're gonna be big boned, you're gonna be tall. And something else that I was bullied about, like, at my old school, was that I was bullied about my height, my weight, like how big I was compared to everyone else. It just wasn't a fun experience, and I got called names, and I mean, some of those names are used now like as kind of a joke, and it's still it's hard for me to cope with, but I'm getting used to it. I mean, we just can't run away from all of our problems, we gotta face them head on and like just take care of them. And that's something that I had to learn throughout my eating disorder and everything that I've gone through. So yeah, so in elementary school, that's when I started like really counting my calories and like watching what I was eating and like trying diets. I would do them for like 2 days, wouldn't see the results, and quit. Um, and then I would just try dieting. I tried working out. Like I would do sports and um, like I was just kind of socially awkward and physically awkward. Like I was tall, so I was really clumsy. I wasn't the fastest girl on the team. And so then I kind of used up those things that I wasn't good at kind of to my advantage, and I worked so hard at making myself fast. I used my long legs for good things, like being able to help somebody at the grocery store, help them grab something off the top shelf, or um, like using my body mass towards good things. Like I am able to lift a hay bale, two hay bales, and lift them up and carry them over distances, or like I'm able to do things because of it. And that's something I've had to like really notice in myself. Like, wow, these are actually good things that I have in myself. And so those are something that I've been like really trying to put into my brain that I've been going through. Then once I lived in my location where I was before I came here, I kind of hit rock bottom. I wasn't in my best years. I hit the awkward stage of middle school, junior high, and my first year of high school. And throughout those years, I really didn't have. I was kind of always like the social outcast. Like I would have friends, I guess, kind of, but not like great friends. And like they weren't gonna be forever friends. And I knew that from the start, basically. But now we live and we learn. And I was always just kind of whatever. And so something that I really fell in love with was track. I fell in love with track. Track is my thing. I love throwing. And so that's something that I use as coping. But I can't right now because kind of hit a rough spot. But that'll be another time. I really started coping with track and like using that, and my horse. I have my horse right now, and I'm trying to sell him, and because I need to move on to a new project, a new horse, but having him, it just kind of reminds me of all the hard work I put into him, and how he was kind of my coping skill, and how I can basically do anything I want on him. And now that I want to sell him, it's kind of just like I'm giving my part of myself up, and it's really hard, I guess. And same with my old dog. Like my own dog is in with my mom, and I really want him, but I'm unable to because of things that my mom and I have talked about. But it's okay. So those like animals, sports were kind of my coping, or cooking. Cooking, I absolutely so. Yeah, cooking is my thing. I want to be a chef. I want to go to culinary school. I want to go get my business degree, and I want to travel. I want to do that. That's what I want to do. And I want to eventually start putting cooking into my channel more once I'm able to start cooking. But due to my recovery and treatment and stuff, I'm unable to, which is a bummer because I love cooking and I love making creative foods. So all of that stuff is kind of, yeah. So I would use that kind of stuff when I was going through my hard time, where I used to live as like a coping, and something else I started doing was I started doing Beachbody workouts. I started comparing myself really harshly and telling myself I was fat. I was ugly, like I was never going to be good enough. And I felt that way because of how I was treated. I was just treated differently. And just seeing myself, like if I would get a picture taken of me, like I would critique it to the slightest things, like a little tiny like bump in my side. Like I was like, oh my god, I'm fat. Like my life is over. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like kill myself or something. But no. Yeah, and I still critique myself pretty harshly, but I'm getting over it. I'm really starting to really be like, you know what, Charlene, like you were beautiful the way you are. Like the people that love you are gonna love you for who you are. They're not gonna just leave you because maybe you have one slight flaw. Like maybe your bangs aren't curly the one day that they're supposed to. I don't know, on a Tuesday. I don't know, but just random stuff like that. So yeah, I just started really like. I really went on a down slope. I was always mad. I felt like I really had a kind of a rough relationship with my mom and my dad, and I wasn't communicating very well. I was never communicating very well with anybody. I kind of just let things under the wrap, and I didn't do anything for myself. I kind of just did everything for everybody else. I didn't take care of myself and self-soothe. And so that's something that I've learned in recovery and treatment and stuff, is that something that's really important is self-soothing, and that's how you're going to take care of yourself. Because if you don't know how to take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of others? You know? And so that's something that I've had to learn, and I've had to put into my own life of self-soothing. So like maybe 3 times a week I do my makeup or something. Like I'm not a big makeup guru or whatever they are. I'm not into all of that. I mean, I have like an Ipsy subscription and everything, and like they give me great products and stuff, but like I'm just not one to be like wearing makeup every day. Like if I do, it's mascara. Yeah. Sometimes I put on my brows. I don't know, but God bless me with good eyebrows, I guess. I don't know. So that was something that I really had to deal with. And things that happened in my family really hit a hard time in my life and kind of set me on my, it really hit like home run. Like it hit the red button that people tell you not to push, but you push it because, you know, it's tempting, and, you know, it's the atomic bomb, can't freaking speak. It's the atomic bomb button, and it sets everything off. And yeah, just wasn't good. And that event, it happened at Christmas, and that really hit hard. I really had some really bad suicidal thoughts then, really bad eating disorder thoughts, and then once things started to like span out and like settle down, I guess, kind of, that's when the eating disorder really came in, and it was just like, no dairy, no gluten, eat nothing. I would count all of my calories down to the very last, like a peanut to a grape. Like if there was grapes or something, like raisins, like I'll count out the number of raisins in my hand and then count that onto my calories, and it was ridiculous. Like if I had like 20 raisins, I would count out exactly 20 raisins, and sometimes I would count out how many raisins is how many calories, and if it was too much so in my brain, I wouldn't eat them. I would only like half of them, or I just wouldn't eat at all. And so I would go like 7 days of not eating. Like I could even go longer than that, and like I'd probably like during those 7 days like have like one meal, and that's all I would have. And then during those nights I would work out for 5 hours. I would dance, I would lift weights, and like no matter what, I would just do that every night. And so that was really hard. And then not much later, like I was told that I was moving again, and it added up, and it was really hard on me, and I was just like, no, I can't do this. I'm like, I don't want to move. I want to stay here. And so when I got told I was moving, that just ended me up on another bad spot. Um, and so then I started to not eat anything. Like, I would kind of eat something before, but now I wouldn't eat anything. And I would walk around and I was like a zombie all day long. Like, I would sleep. Like, I would eventually get done working out like 2 in the morning, and I would wake up at 7 and just go again. Like, just distract myself, stay out of the kitchen, don't do anything in the kitchen. If I do something in the kitchen, cook it for somebody else, and then get out of the kitchen or go outside and do something. Or go on a run. Like, anything besides food or working out. Anything besides food and sleeping. Like, I would not do that. And so that really screwed me up from then on. And so I did that for basically all of that summer. And then I ended up moving to where I am now, and oh man, when I got here, I hated everything in my life. I hated my life. I wanted to kill myself. I was having really bad suicidal thoughts, and I wouldn't eat anything basically. Like, I would have 3 salads a day, about this size, like this size, and I wouldn't have anything on it. Like, I would just have vinegar or something on it, and like sometimes some meat or sometimes some nuts, and I would count everything, and like on max I would have like 150 calories, sometimes 200 calories. Other than that, I wouldn't eat anything. And so when I moved here, I had eventually got a boyfriend, and that relationship was really rocky, probably because of part of my eating disorder, and trying to cope with that. And I kind of used him as a coping mechanism, and I feel really bad about it now, but I guess I really can't go back and change all of that in my life. And just having to deal with that now, and really like seeing how all of that has added up to now, has really been life-changing. And so then once that summer came up and I ended up moving here, and basically I went a full year without eating dairy or gluten. Like, I was cut off of it strictly. Like, I was like, no. And if I would eat it, I would purge. And then I basically got to the point where my body was just dead. Like, I couldn't do anything. I could barely get up and go to school every day. I could barely get up and go to track practice. Like, if I went to track practice and we would have to do our running, like our warm-ups and stuff, I wouldn't do it because I had no energy. And honestly, I screwed up 2 years of my high school sports and my school because of this eating disorder, and it has messed up my life, and I hate it. Like, it has messed me up. Like, I didn't do volleyball. Like, I went to volleyball one practice, the next day I could barely move because I had no energy. Like, I was burnt out, and I felt so bad because I love volleyball, and I love basketball, and I love track, but I just couldn't do the sports because I had no energy. I could barely have enough energy to get up, go to school, and then go to drum practice afterward. No matter what, like, I was dying. Like, I was tired all the time, a zombie. I wouldn't eat anything. I think I dropped like 40 pounds, and just like that, my clothes just like were gaping on me. I was a twig. I was not healthy. I was a horrible person. My relationship, it was really bad because of this, and it just really, like, I messed up so many friendships. I messed up so many relationships I had with my family. Like, I really became distant from everybody. The only person I focused on was my boyfriend, and other than that, like, everyone else is out of my life. Like, I was like, I don't care, just get out. And I wouldn't talk to my mom, my stepdad, and my grandparents. And then once I started like getting into the binging part, before this past summer, like, I ended up watching or seeing something happen, and that triggered me, and I was like, oh my god, I can do that. Like, I can do that too, and I can do that and lose weight. So then I started taking laxatives. I started throwing up. I started using laxatives about March of this year, and no, February of this year, and I started using those. And then about March, I started throwing up, and throwing up everything, or like one meal. And so then it all came down, and then I ended up, I did horrible on track. My first track meet when I actually had energy, crazy. I threw my furthest I've ever thrown. And ever since then, I was always preoccupied with trying to help somebody else, and I had no energy. I couldn't deal with it. I didn't have a coach, so that was hard too. So I really want to be able to get my heart rate up and get better, so I can go to in indoor track this year before actual track season starts. But just like that part of my life was just so scary, and then when I ended up going through my breakup with my past boyfriend, that was hard on me, and I ended up just jumping from guy to guy to guy to guy to guy, and I kind of used all of those guys as kind of like coping skills, and kind of like, if I get attention from them, then I'm good enough. And looking back at it now, like, I feel so bad, and oh God, I'm so sorry to anybody I hurt. I wasn't in the right mindset, and I feel really, really bad to everyone. But, yeah. So, I think as of right now, just, if you're going through this, just, like, please don't give up. Like, this is hard. It's a long process. I've been going through this 8 years, and it hit its rock bottom about a year ago. And so it's going to take me a long time to get recovered into where I can fully perform 100% and where I can be on my own. And so, just please, if you're noticing anything in anybody, just get help and talk to them, and really have a heart-to-heart, and really try to understand and communicate and listen to what they're saying and what they're going through, because there could be the smallest like things that they'd be doing, and you wouldn't ever guess that they'd be doing this. But in reality, you don't know until it's too late, and next thing you know, you're in the hospital with your heart rate 32, and the doctors don't know what's wrong. They're just like, what's wrong with you? And you just don't know. And next thing you know, you're in a doctor's appointment after doctor's appointment, and just don't give up, and please just help somebody today, and be kind to everyone, because everybody goes through hard times in their life, and be kind, because everybody's fighting their own battles. And just thank you so much for watching, if you watched this, and just please give out a helping hand to those who are in need of your help, and please subscribe, and just spread the word, share this video, because being in treatment and stuff, I see how many people are struggling with the same thing, or something similar. Not the same thing, because we all have our own experiences, but just help. Like, we can all conquer something so much in our life, but one thing we have to do is just start doing it. And so just please help, and just support people who you know may be going through treatment, or who may be going through something hard in their life. And just don't give up on yourself or anybody else. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I think I'm going to do one more video, but then I'll start doing other things as well. But thank you for watching, and have a great day, and be kind.